Well, welcome back. One local athlete's love for golf goes beyond just the game. It's a sport that's taught him some very valuable life lessons. KCRA3's Michelle Dapper has more from Hagen Oaks Golf Course.
Louis was born with a spark of life.
Fueled with a burning passion for the game of golf.
I love playing golf. The main thing is the relationships I've made.
Bonds beginning at an early age between a father and son.
They changed his diapers on the golf course. I mean, Louis rode in that golf cart with his dad.
Well, golf was something that my father and I did when I was about 3 years old.
But that joy on the course suddenly stopped.
I knew there's just something wrong.
Louis's father died of a heart attack.
Louis was very sad, but Louis was very careful. He didn't allow himself to really be emotional about it.
12 years old, just Louis and his mom. Financially, there was only one way Louis could continue to play golf. Through a youth development program, the First Tee.
I think when I met him, he was kind of at that crossroads in life, and he could have gone left, but I think he went right.
A new father figure walked into his life.
From the first time I met him, he just had this spark about him and just this amazing interest in the game.
An instant connection between a man and a boy.
I get choked up thinking about that.
The first time they had their little lesson, Tom said, "I just want you to know, I am always going to be here for you."
Not only did Tom teach Louis about golf, but also the course of life.
Without him, there really was no role model in my life.
Not a day goes by where Louis doesn't remember his dad.
I know every single time he's with me and he's saying, "Louis, you can really be whoever you want to be. Just keep persevering through."
Perseverance paying off, as Louis recently became the first in his family to attend college.
I want to prove to myself that I can break out of this unfortunate family tradition and start a new tradition.
With plans to walk on the Sacramento State golf team.
Golf has given him the tool to go to school and to now propel him on to be as successful as he wants to be.
Aiming for a better future, one stroke at a time.
He is so resilient. He's very resilient.
At Hagen Oaks Golf Course, I'm Michelle Dapper, KCRA3 News.
Well, welcome back. I'm Del Rogers. One local athlete is making a splash in the water. With a life filled with adversity, it's the pool that's been his saving grace. KCRA3's Michelle Dapper has more from Folsom.
A 21-year hiatus from the water.
I just like to race.
John Severs back in the pool and picking up the pace.
And I go after it with conviction.
For the last 8 months, Severs has spent his mornings training with the Sierra Marlins swim team. All looks equal in the water.
No one knew that, we're all this height in the water.
But on land, John's different from the rest.
I'm different. I kind of walk to the beat of a different drum.
Making waves with his disability.
Bilateral PFFD.
A birth defect that affects the pelvis and the femur, with doctors giving him the option to use prosthetics.
I eventually threw the prosthetics out the window and never looked back.
Powering forward.
Accelerated swimming kind of eliminates the pains that come with the body I live in.
Effortless strokes.
I like the weightlessness. I'm usually in a power chair, and I don't even use that anymore.
A para swimmer kicking tough challenges.
I was kind of just living a stagnant life, maybe not making the best decisions all the time, and having something to, make a commitment on, clean and sober, you know what I mean? Everything's pure again.
Living a life in the right lane.
It took me a lot of years to realize what kind of light I can shed on a person.
With hopes to inspire with every lap he takes.
Watching his journey through, trying to find, even in our sport, his own way, and it never really deterred him from what he wanted to do.
Well, if John can do it, I can do it, because I don't treat him any different.
And for John, he's always up for some friendly competition.
What keeps me hungry is I'm witnessing other types of success in the water through para swimmers that are worse than I am, the disabilities that they have.
In Folsom, Michelle Dapper, KCRA3 News.
Welcome back. I'm Del Rogers. The football season came to an end last Friday for Calaveras High School, but their motivating force remains strong as one senior provided a spark that will last a lifetime. Michelle Dapper has more.
We all throw differently.
The biggest thing about Kyle is just his attitude. You know, he's always got a smile on his face. He works harder than anybody.
Kyle Shaboya spends most of his time on the field, pushing his walker up and down the sidelines.
That's determination that you can't measure.
Born with cerebral palsy, a neurological disorder that affects muscle movement and posture.
He wants to be treated just like a team. He wants to be part of the team, and that's what he is.
A team player with true determination.
Stay out of the wheelchair as much as I can. Just keep on moving and don't let anything stop me. That's what I've done since I was a little kid, and I plan on just keep working as hard as I can.
A no excuses attitude.
What I love about this team is getting to come out here every game, every Friday, getting to suit up no matter if I get to go in the game or not.
There's one game Kyle will never forget. A rivalry game against Bret Hart.
It was probably the most amazing feeling I've ever gotten in sports. Getting to play the one sport I've been watching since I was 6 years old.
Hand in hand with his brothers.
They all went down there and they started jumping and everything and picking him up. It was pretty cool.
Number 80, scoring a touchdown of a lifetime.
To see that smile on his face, you know, the determination, you know, that was still a touchdown for him.
Courageous commitment.
I think it brought tears to everybody's eyes. It was finally, he kind of got rewarded for all the work he's put in.
Supreme support.
Most of these guys have been my family since 8th grade, and I'm glad that I was able to go through this journey with them.
A master motivator.
Have trust in your line.
It kind of gives us a cause to play for.
An inspiring spirit.
Look over and you see a kid that wanted to give everything he could possibly do to be out on that field but can't.
It just helps us appreciate how lucky we are to play the game.
While Kyle continues to inspire here at Calaveras High School, he hopes to one day return here to reach one of his personal goals, and that's coach on these sidelines.
Come back here and coach the football team and wrestling team alongside Coach Clark and Coach Weatherby.
He's going to have to get done in a hurry. No, he'd be welcome. There's nothing that is going to come along that path that is going to stop him. So whatever he puts his mind to, he's going to get it.
At Calaveras High School, Michelle Dapper, KCRA 3 News.
Welcome back. I'm Del Rogers. It takes a whole lot of hard work and dedication to become a UFC fighter. And KCRA 3's Michelle Dapper shows us how one fighter is staying emotionally hungry for his next fight.
Nico Lozada.
When Nico fights, he's super aggressive.
Team Alpha Male's 5'7" southpaw.
Big beard, he's smaller, guy's a scrapper.
A flyweight who fights with conviction.
This kid packs a punch.
Crazy. I just like to have fun.
Still searching for his first professional win.
Nico's doing everything that he needs to get to that next level.
I wanted to be the best, so this is, to me, as real as it gets. You know, it's like modern-day gladiators.
He's a guy that's in here all the time, blood, sweat, and tears.
For Nico, fighting is much more than just about the sport.
Everyone's fighting some kind of battle.
A devastating blow. When Nico was just 15 years old, his grandfather took his life.
It caused a lot of mental problems for us, a lot of depression throughout the family.
Tragedy would soon strike again. Best friends since the age of 6, Nico walked in on his roommate, who'd also committed suicide.
It's one of those things that you don't realize how much somebody's going through until you see something like that happen.
Life on the ropes.
I went through a depression. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't even live in that house anymore. It was rough.
2 tough losses, transforming a fighter.
And it's kind of like a secret weapon. You know, you have something that drives you, some force that's bigger than yourself.
The fuel to his fire.
That's why he just comes out guns blazing, and you could tell this guy, he's got something, up there that makes him tick. I would definitely say Nico is a fighter with purpose.
A purpose to fight for those he's loved and lost.
I just always think that he's sitting there, in the crowd, beer in hand, watching me, get down.
The strength of a champion.
A lot of fighters are like cut from the same cloth. It's a fine line. That's what makes the Muhammad Ali's of the sport, and that's what makes the people that never make a name for themselves in a sport.
A clear vision to keep attacking life.
Even though I've had these setbacks or these tragedies in my life, I just keep going, and I hope that motivates people to do the same.
In Sacramento, Michelle Dapper, KCRA 3 News.